Hey riders, welcome to another video in our adventure motorcycle training series. I'm Eric Lange with Ride Adventures. I've been riding and guiding motorcycle trips around the world and here in Oregon for over 10 years now. This video, we're going to talk through some adventure motorcycle riding tips to help make sure you become the successful ADV rider that you were meant to be. Let's get into character. So almost by definition, adventure riding means you've got to be ready for a great variety of things to happen while you're traveling. So just want to talk through some points here and show you some things that'll make sure you're not making mistakes along the way and you'll have more fun and see more of this world. Before departing on any big adventure, get to know your motorcycle, which sounds obvious, but really get to know what other people are experiencing with that bike. Are there regular parts that fail? Are there parts you need to bring along with you? Little things that you need to fix maybe before you get out there and away from parts availability. Get to know your bike and the things that you should need to be planning for. If you're going to try and depend on yourself for roadside repairs or whatever it is, it's a good idea to have your on-the-road toolkit be the same one that you actually work on your bike on at home, in your shop, or whatever it is. So work on your bike, changing oil and doing all the things that you would normally do for maintenance with the very same tools that you're going to take on the road with you. It'll help make sure that you've got what you need with you when you're going to need it. So as we've shown in other videos, you can check the water before you actually ride through it. The depth of the river or the stream or whatever it is you're going to cross might look like it's safe to cross and you're going to make it just fine, but actually walking up and taking a look, seeing how deep this is pretty important because it doesn't always turn out to be as shallow and passable a river crossing or stream as you think it might be. Oh, shit. We'll have a link in the description below to another video where we talk through multiple steps in making sure that you're doing river crossings successfully. Also, while you're riding, it'd be good to have somewhere in the back of your mind and all the thoughts and the things that are going on, you're out. Whether it's around a curve or coming over the crest of a hill, I find myself when I'm in that zone where I want to be and I'm feeling safe and I'm riding smart, I feel like I'm thinking about everything around me, including where is my out? If this car comes into play, if this bus takes a wide turn, what is your out at any given moment? Having those thoughts as a running reel of things that could occur, to me, it makes me feel safer to be thinking about those things. If you're riding in groups, remember that keeping proper space in between yourself and the other bikes or other cars and vehicles around you, that's one of the simplest, easiest ways you can make sure that you're staying safe and able to ride more miles and have more smiles through more of this world. Because again, riding up on each other and letting vehicles creep up on you or creeping up on other vehicles, it's just narrowing that window of error, that possibility that something's going to get in the way, take you down and end your trip before you want it to be over. So space things out a little bit, get some breathing room. Although the adrenaline is cooking and sometimes you want to keep going, don't ride fatigued. It's just a physiological, biological, whatever you want to call it, kind of a fact that if you're fatigued, if you're tired, sometimes that's when mistakes occurred. You know, you don't realize it, but you're exhausted. Sometimes it's just time to end the day and stop where you are before something unsafe happens. And along those lines, you can check it out yourself, but there are studies that have been done that say if you're riding cold, if you're actually allowing your core body temperature to drop, you're actually reducing your reaction time, or I'm sure somebody say, you're elongating your reaction time to something that might happen along the way. You know, we are this big electrochemical reaction that is occurring, and just like in chemistry, when things are cold, they react more slowly, and again, that reaction time that you need to respond, if you are cold and not staying properly warm with the right riding gear and electronic vests or whatever it is you want to do, not staying properly warm could be a dangerous point. Although there is some joy to be found in riding alone, perhaps we are safer in groups, in numbers, right? Especially if you're going to be crossing international borders. There are certain situations where you might have to leave your bike parked and walk away and do something with your bike and all your gear unattended. Having a riding partner, someone with you, can be a second set of eyes to help make sure that your gear is being watched over. And it's just always nice to have a friend watching over your shoulder for you. Although speed and going fast sure is fun, ride your own pace. Just because other group of riders or people that you met up with are pulling away and going faster doesn't mean you should ride out of your level of comfort. Keep cool, do what you feel right to stay in an upright position. Don't worry about other people being faster than you. For basically all of us in the world, there's always one rider out there that is faster, so let's all just keep that into perspective. Stay safe. I get it. If you want to listen to music while you're riding, go for it. Some of us prefer having perfect, clear perception of the sounds around us. You can hear echoes off of the cars next to you, the sounds within your helmet. Everything changes as the environment and your surroundings, and again, that space you might want to keep around you is potentially changing. So having music, I get it. It's fun to listen to, and you got that perfect song you want, but also maybe being able to hear the ambient noises and things like that around you could end up in a safety position in your favor. Of course you look coolest when you're standing on the bike. I do it myself. I pose for the camera when he's just up there ahead, but standing for onlookers or trying to look cool, I mean, ultimately you're behind a bunch of riding gear and behind a mask. We can't really see who you are anyway, so do we really know who that is that looks so cool? Don't worry about how you look, worry about staying upright and going the places that you want to go and enjoying more riding out there. If you're going to be traveling into places where your native language is not the first, learn at least one phrase, something to make people smile. Say, excuse me, I'm lost. Can you show me the way back to your place in their language? Do something to find a way to put a smile on their face. And then hopefully they will return by saying they speak the language that you want to speak. But it's something just to warm things up and break the ice a little bit. It can go a long ways in having people help you in your travels. If you're ever in a remote location or somewhere where you're not quite sure where to go, and someone tells you, I wouldn't go down that road, of course, take their advice into consideration, but sometimes that I wouldn't go is leading you to the best, the most remote, the most scenic, the challenging terrain and the trails and things like that. But those warnings sometimes can turn out to be the best parts of any adventure you will ever take. Sometimes we all need a reminder to have the right mindset during travel. You know, part of an adventure is coming across unforeseen circumstances, but remind yourself to get into the right mindset and think in a positive manner. You know, there's that saying, whether you believe you can or you believe you can't, sometimes believing you can is what's gonna get you through that roadside repair need or that flat tire situation or just figuring out where you're going. Believe that you can, and it'll take you further in this world. Especially as you're crossing into different environments and different cultures and different villages and societies and whatnot, be respectful. Think about things like, you know, speed, passing people on the side of the road, the exhaust, you know, yeah, you want to put aftermarket exhaust and the bike is louder, sounds cooler and all of that, but it's kind of annoying to people too. So be respectful to where you're going. You'll find that maybe the person that you respected and waved to politely on the side of the road is the one that's there to help you when you have a flat tire just a little bit further ahead. It's a nice world full of nice people. Just be respectful and have more fun out there. This one's tough to put into words, but if you can possibly do it, if you can tap into what they call that third eye, the mind's eye, if you can somehow get yourself riding in a trance, in a position, in a state of total alertness, that feeling that you can see in all directions around you. You know what is going on, you know what you're feeling, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you allow yourself to sink into that zone. It's gonna take you a long ways on your motorcycle. So anyway, just some simple tips I've learned over a lot of years and a lot of miles riding with lots of people around the world. So I hope they help you out. If there's things you want to learn about, be sure to let us know in the comments section below. And thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, hit the notifications button for future videos, and we'll see you out there. Thanks, everyone. Is he going to be able to pull it off? Can he do it? The back pedal. There he goes. Off into the sunset. There he goes, kicking up dust. Look at that guy.